everyone. I'm here with Jourdan Guyton. I'm excited to be doing another interview for Unite to Ignite. Jourdan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me today. I'm excited to be here. So about me, I am a content creator. I live in New York City. I am a producer, director, content creator, actor. I just love creating. Like that's my zhuzh. Um, a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Hawaii.
Ooh.
In Oklahoma, but I started my production career at the Maury Show, believe it or not.
Wow. Is
Yeah,
Maury still running?
it is.
Wow.
He's like something now, I think. Maybe 79. I don't want to age him too much, but he's definitely in his late 70s, early 80s. So I was there for like 3 years. It's everything that you think it is. All the baby mom drama, lie detector test, all that jazz. It's that.
Wow.
And then I went and worked in marketing for a few years for a promo company, and I enjoyed that. But the reason why I quit Maury was to pursue being in front of the camera. I wasn't able to do any auditions, and I was always working nonstop. So I moved to New York from Connecticut and worked for the marketing agency while pursuing my career. And then I created a web series with a friend of mine, and we took it like the festival route. We starred in it, we wrote it, we put money into it, season 1. And then season 2 got picked up by BET Digital.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was last year's like high and excitement. And now I'm more so in the development space and working on a couple new shows that I am developing. I'm not acting in them, so directing, maybe producing. And I recently just started my own company where we help other people strategize and create really good content that converts. Yeah.
Is it only like acting content or is it content in general?
Content in general. So my audience for my business is more so like service providers, creatives, not so much e-commerce, but people that provide something digitally, especially now, like the virtual personal trainers, people that provide service. And mainly, not mainly, all of my clients are women. So I love women and helping women and being a part of that journey for sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I know you said you wanted to act and now you're kind of behind the scenes. Is there still that lust for being in front of the camera? How do you fulfill that?
So it's there, but it's not as strong. So I definitely still do a lot of like commercial and print stuff here. And I was auditioning quite a bit pre-COVID. But producing and production is what I went to school for. It's always been in my bones. And I think that the dream or the plan is to sell shows where I can write myself into it.
Okay, our fingers crossed for that too.
Yeah, so I don't have to wait for someone to give me a job. I can create a show and be like, oh, can I be the teacher, or can I be her sister, or can I be, something not crazy, but that.
Well, you wouldn't even have to ask, right? Because you wrote it. Or maybe start your own production company.
It's a goal for sure.
Yeah, I think you could definitely do it. The fact that you had a web series and it got picked up by BET gives you that, that like I've already done something.
My receipts,
Yeah, I think you could definitely do it. And there's a lot of like Black production companies popping up now. Everyone's on that wave trying to put out our own movies, which I totally think is amazing. I watch movies and shows all the time, and I'm like telling my family, like, look at that one Black guy in the corner. We all know why he's there.
That token one.
Yes, we all know. They just had to have one.
Fill the quota.
Yes, so I think that is definitely needed, and it'll be a marvelous thing to do. And then you can be in the camera, be behind the camera,
People up. That's my thing. Collaborating and always bringing the ones that were before you, with you, rooting for you, like bring them along the way. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. When we make it, we definitely have to reach back. A lot of people forget that, So I think that's great. So, all right, to back it up. Tell us about growing up in Hawaii. How old were you when that was going on?
So I lived in Hawaii till I was 11. My stepdad was in the military and he met my mom when I was 9 or 10. I think I was 10. And so he was in the military and we ended up leaving after they got married. So I lived in New Mexico for 4 years. We lived in Ohio for 2 years. And then I went to college and high school in Oklahoma. And then now I'm here. Well, I was in Connecticut for Maury. And then now I'm
That military life.
here.
Is your mom Hawaiian native?
No, my grandfather, her father was in the Navy and he retired there.
More military life.
Yeah, just kept going.
Yeah, so your mom was already used to it. It was nothing.
Yep, she was used to it. So,
All right. So how was it growing up in Oklahoma? Actually, I interviewed someone who was from Oklahoma before.
oh, really?
Yep.
Oklahoma was cool. I mean, I did my first 2 years of high school in Ohio. So I was in a school of like 2,000 people with 9 Black people. So it was
Wow.
So to go to Oklahoma in the city part of where I lived in the city, Oklahoma City, outside of there was way more Black people. So it was like kind of like a shock, you know. I hadn't seen so many of us in so long. I mean, being in the
Yeah.
military and being on base, you see Black people all the time. But where I lived in Ohio, there wasn't that. So of course there was, racism and stuff like that happening, but in the city where I lived and even in college, it was very diverse. Very slow. I don't intend on going back there anytime soon. But it was definitely some of the more foundational years of my life. So I
Yeah.
remember them.
It's good that you grew up in that. That's because even now you don't sound like you're from New York. You're not, fast talking. You sound really relaxed and laid back. So it
So,
gave you a good foundation. New York is so busy.
girl, sis, friend, it's another level out here, especially with everything going on. It's a different place for
How
sure.
is it? How is it with everything that's going on? Because I know it's a lot more people there. I'm in Maryland, so we're kind of spaced out. I'm in Baltimore, so the city is packed. But when you go into Maryland and the other outer line counties, it's kind of spaced out. But I know New York, it's like
Yeah,
hundreds of people on one street at any given time.
yeah. I mean, definitely the whole quarantine and stay home. You definitely saw less people. Now that it's getting warmer, no one cares. Um, there was always somebody outside. There was always somebody on the street. But I think now, because everyone's been cooped up for so long, everyone wants to get out. And I feel like always summertime, the temperature, people's tempers are also like short.
Yeah.
So with being cooped up plus the normal summer temperature, plus the normal, what's the word I just said? Um,
The temper? Or
temper, plus their normal temper, the summer tempers that are out there. It's a lot.
it's interesting.
It is a new wave. And
Just
I
going to the window like,
Girl, I'm like, do I really need eggs or can I just find something else to make in the fridge?
yeah, they're out there. It's definitely different than Oklahoma. I could see that.
For sure, night and day.
How long have you been in New York?
I've been here for about 7 years now.
Okay, you've been there for a while.
Yeah.
How was it first moving? Did you move in with somebody? Did you move on your own?
I've had one roommate. I've been in this apartment for 6 years, and then my other apartment, I was there for 1, and we went to college together, my first roommate. And then I've had like a few other roommates, and they've all just been through like a mutual friend. But people have just moved on or gone to the West Coast but when I first moved here, it was definitely quieter. I just think it's become such a hot spot, and everyone wants to move to New York and doesn't care how expensive it is or what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
to say you live here is something. So
Yeah. I go to visit all the time, but to live there, I don't know. It's a different pace. It's a different pace. Like even on the streets, you have to like always be moving. I think if I did move there, it would be more Like I would be more business motivated because it's like everyone around you is doing business.
Everyone's
Yeah.
in here. That's 100% true.
Yeah, it's probably a lot more easy to network too.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something to do, always events, people to meet. You meet people just going out to dinner. Like, there's just
Yeah.
so many people. Everyone's always trying to like know what you do. How can we connect, kind of thing. So there's no shortage of like network.
Wow. Yeah, I love that. I love that. We just go to New York one weekend and just walk around.
I'm telling you, you'll have a new business by the time you leave.
Amazing. That's amazing. So you said that some of your friends were moving to the West. Is that to do production there, to pursue their dreams there?
It's a mix. I mean, my roommate that I have currently, she's from the Bay, so she's probably gonna go back out west. Um, and I think again, COVID recently has really pushed people to either like move back where their family is or just move out of New York just because it feels different. I've had a couple friends move to LA to try to pursue the market out there.
Yeah.
But there's so much TV and film that shoot out here normally that if production and TV is your goal, you don't really need to go to LA. In my opinion, you don't really need to go to LA unless you're like, I always say don't go to LA unless you're invited. And I mean invited by like a job. Like unless you're
Yeah.
up, like I would never just show up and be like, hey, I'm here. Let me figure out this.
People do that. People are like, I don't want to be in Hollywood. I'm going to go to LA. If you've ever been to Hollywood, it's just.
And it works for some people, it does. So I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's just not something I would recommend.
Okay. So what are you doing now? What are you working on currently?
Right now, I launched my my business back in March. So just working with different clients right now. And then I am developing a young adult teen show along with a new partner. And we're working on getting that sold this year. And I'm also working on developing an unscripted show that hopefully will go this year too. So just developing and then my company. Those are the two.
So what's your process of developing shows like? Is it, and you can just sell them. I've never heard that before, that you can develop a show, have like the script written out, and then just sell it off.
Yeah, you can sell your rights, you can sell the story, you can be attached as a writer. There's all different ways to like do deals when it comes to like selling a show. But it's hard to get in front of the right people without representation or without a reputation.
Yeah.
Without an agent, it's a little bit tougher.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, it's not unheard of again, but once your foot is in the door, you're running in the same circles with the people that hold the gatekeepers. Then it's a little bit easier to get the meetings and get your concepts seen. So.
Okay. So what's that writing process like for you? Do you just get an idea one day and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna fulfill this?
So for the scripted show that I'm working on, it's actually the idea is my friends and my co-creators. She came up with the concept. It was a life thing that she lived through and experienced. So she was writing from real life experiences. Mm-hmm. And so we took that and heightened it and packaged it and just started pitching it. For unscripted, me personally, I've done a lot of casting too. Mm-hmm. And we, in the unscripted world, in the reality TV world, it's more so about the characters than the story. So I try to search for really good and big and boisterous characters so that whatever their story is, it's like the B line to it. It's like somebody that I see, I know I have to get them on TV, and I just got to figure out what their story is and build a show around that.
So I'm looking for an extra individual.
I love New York. I'm looking for Cardi B. I'm looking for
I love Cardi B.
Yeah, I'm looking for those. And I think that my experience at Maury was really helpful to just give me that eye of like what makes good TV, Yeah. Because sometimes you'll hear a really good story or you'll hear a really good idea and then I'll be like, okay, can I talk to the talent? And then I'm like, yeah, it was a good story, but we wouldn't watch these people. So they have to be, you know, watchable, relatable, unrelatable, polarizing, jarring type of characters. So
I
that's
think
what
those are great adjectives to describe, so if someone's looking to go into acting, they know exactly what people are looking for when they're casting,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
especially unscripted. So when you say an unscripted series, how do you go about developing that? Because it's unscripted. You just find the character and then just kind of base it off of their life totally, or do you
Yeah,
already have?
a lot of times, like we'll put out, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, uh, yeah, I guess like an open call, like, you know, do you think you need a reality show, or, you know, what makes your story so great to tell? And we'll have people like send in their stories and you just read through them, you know, and if it's something that you like, you get them on the phone. Or like TV networks also have things that are called mandates. And in these mandates, they talk about what specifically their network is looking for right now, whether it's crime or whether it's family or whether it's love or whatever. So then, you know, you look for castings or you put out castings based on that, you know, what the mandates are looking for.
That's
Um,
cool.
so that makes it a little bit easier for sure.
I can see like a YouTube type of series like blowing up, just something, to do on the side.
Yeah, it's I mean, content is where it's at. That's what everybody's chasing after. That's what we're all consuming right now.
Yeah,
So there's
people love to be entertained.
mhm. So yeah, girl.
Awesome. All right. So when you were doing Maury, let's talk about that. Did you go looking for that job or did you just stumble upon it?
It was my dream job actually.
Was it for Maury?
Yeah, I mean, I was what, 20, 21.
Yeah.
Um, I used to sneak and watch more in the middle of the night because I knew I wasn't supposed to. And one time I saw on TV that they were looking for interns, and so this summer before I graduated, I applied for an internship, and it was unpaid, and it was in Connecticut, and I got it. And I
Wow.
ended up driving my car from Oklahoma to Connecticut. I I put a post on Facebook asking if anybody knew anybody that lived in Connecticut that I could stay with. And I stayed with someone's like good friend or someone's aunt or something. And yeah, I stayed there for the summer, and I interned there, and um,
Wow. Talk
yeah,
about following a dream.
yeah. And
That
then
is cool.
graduated, and then I heard that they were hiring for production assistants. And so I reached back out to the lady that kind of ran everything that I formed a good relationship with. And she was like, well, can you come in and interview next week? And I was like, sure. But I didn't have a flight, I didn't have anything. So I ended up buying a flight to New York, and I stayed in a hostel, and I took the train to Connecticut, did the interview, and I ended up getting hired. So I went there right after college. Yeah.
Yeah. That is amazing.
So I
Total
wanted,
belief in yourself.
yeah. I mean, you just got to do it. If you want it, just go for it. It'll happen.
Yeah, as long as you put the time in to do it. So, did school teach you everything you needed to know to get you ready for production?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, the Maury show is it teaches you. It is, there are things that you can't learn other than working at that job. And if you
I'm sure.
work there, then you can literally work anywhere. Um, so school prepared me production wise and broadcast wise and even like news and TV wise. But handling guests and booking guests and all of those kinds of things were actually like on the job training for sure.
Good. Yeah, dealing with the person and getting them ready for the show.
Yeah.
That is a crazy show to be on.
It's everything you think it is, plus 10.
Yeah, the people running backstage and they can't believe results and stuff like that. Like, it's never a dull moment. I am so sure.
No, never, ever. You don't sleep.
Drama.
Yes.
Absolute drama. Okay, so you watch Maury, then you got on Maury. So we know you have the power to see something, want it, and then get it.
That's it.
That is amazing. So tell us about the web series that you helped produce.
So the web series, it's called Two Grown. It's about two girls living in New York City, two creatives. So my co-creator and I just kind of played heightened versions of ourselves.
It sounds like your life.
Yeah, exactly. And have you heard of a show called Broad City?
I haven't.
Okay, so it's like a very comedic, stupid, fun kind of show. And so we were compared to that quite often. And we wrote everything, we acted, and our friends were the ones that we paid to shoot the show. And our actor friends were also actors in the show. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, we sat down with the concept and we were just tired of being casted in like hypersexualized roles or stereotypical Black women roles, Spanish
stigma.
Like it was tiring. And so instead of waiting for someone to give us a job, we were like, all right, well, let's have fun and, shoot the show and see what happens.
Make our own. Yeah. Is there a way we can watch it?
Yeah, it's still on YouTube. It's on BET's YouTube. So the show is Two Grown, but two is spelled TWO because there's two of us instead of TO. Yeah. So it's at twogrown.com and all the YouTube videos from BET.
Awesome. Make sure y'all go check that out. Also, I think like a production company would be your goal. Just like instead of relying on others, just kind of doing your own thing and getting it started.
Yeah. That's the rollout from my company. I mean, right now we're doing like social media strategy, content strategy. But like I said, as I'm developing these other shows, as we start to sell them, that'll be doing business under my company. So it'll turn into more so on the production side for sure.
Yay! I'm excited and cannot wait. I'm so excited. Okay, so what would be your dream production company? Let's like manifest that and put it out into the world. What would it be? What kind of genre of shows would you be giving out? What jobs would people be looking to get underneath of you? What kind of characters would you be focusing on? What stories would you want to, show to the world?
Yeah, I think my ideal production company would definitely be on the more lighthearted side of things. I just love happiness and laughing. I love love. I'm a God girl, and God is love. So
I love God.
Just showcasing just love. I want to tell Black stories. I want to tell stories for kids, for Black kids. I have a teenage brother and sister, so creating content for them that is not love and hip hop, that is not yeah. So I think that I just I want to tell happy stories. I want to tell happy stories from people of color. I think that we have a lot of depressing and sad and historic, and there's a lot of trauma and pain that has happened to us, and I think that we have seen a lot of it in the movies and on TV and in series, and I just kind of, obviously those things have happened and a lot of them are true, but it's not something that I want to focus on.
Yeah, changing the narrative, kind of.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't watch the news, and someone was like, why? I was like, because it's like 20 bad things and one good thing, and that really takes a weighing on your mental health.
Yeah.
So I think we definitely need some happier movies, happier shows, especially the kids growing up.
Yeah.
We don't realize kind of the messages that are getting across to them through media.
Or they're not seeing themselves on TV or on
at
camera.
all. Yeah, and it's not relatable. Like, oh, this content is cool, but I cannot relate to that. Yes, I think it's definitely necessary. I know. I was like, now with video games, they have more Black characters. But I was like, when I was growing up, there were very few.
Right.
But
so, definitely growing up, when you think about seeing like Will Smith on Fresh Prince, or seeing Sister, or seeing those shows where you could see yourself in, Smart Guy, Cousin Skeeter, like none of those shows are really there anymore. So we want
No,
to
that's true. I never even noticed that.
bring that back. We want to bring that innocence back.
Yeah. So what motivated you to get into production in the first place? Like what was that motivation for you?
It was just something I was good at. I mean, I I don't know. I mean, my family always tells me that I said that I was going to be on TV, that I was always putting on shows and doing all of those things.
You were born famous.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Um, but it was just something that I did that I knew that I could wake up every day and do and not get paid for doing, and still find satisfaction in it. If it was telling a story or helping somebody, if it was that story that helped someone, even better. So I think that's my inspiration. That's my why is of just serving others for sure.
Yeah, that is amazing that you are like pursuing what you love to do and you're actively doing it and it gives back to others in a creative way.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it. I'm thankful. I'm grateful for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm happy that you found what you love at such a young age and you continue to build on it.
Thank you.
Rather than walking around the world lost. I don't know who I am or what I can give to the world. You knew, and your parents say you knew from the beginning that
Crazy.
you wanted to be in front of a camera or behind it.
Somewhere around it for sure.
Yeah, that is great. I'm excited to see everything that comes out of it. All right. So give us the rundown of you have your company, you're doing like virtual help for people with content creation. Give us the rundown of how your process works, how people can get in contact with you, what you help them do.
So my company is called Vera Jean Media. It's actually named after my grandma.
Oh, I love that name. Oh, that's not your name. I love that name.
So she was my biggest everything, fan, cheerleader, advocate, all of that. So I honor her in that. And I mean, our foundation is content and content strategy right now. So I offer 15-minute consults so we can talk a little strategy and talk about your goals for your brand, your business, to find your voice. And then I help you strategize content to get that across, to get that clearly put across. I strategize creating the best content that works for your audience, and also creating content that converts to customers and money and sales. Because I think that Instagram, Facebook, whatever, social media can be very daunting and overwhelming. And I think that a lot of times we're posting just to post and not posting with intent. So I help people figure out what their intention is, who they're speaking to, and how that resonates. And also taking advantage of all the features that social media has to offer, whether it's live, whether it's stories, whether it's posting, and getting people comfortable in maximizing all of those ways to build their businesses or brands.
Awesome. So you specialize in helping people deliver their message through content.
Strategically,
Strategically. What would you say is the number one thing when putting out content? What should be their focus?
Be intentional. Be intentional and be authentic. My thing is always don't post just to post. Like, what is your why? Create content that people can resonate with, consume, learn from, whatever the case is, but don't just, I'm guilty of it. I used to just post like, but it's social media is meant to be social. It's not about you. It's about socializing and community. So that's what I try to make clear with my clients. Sure.
Awesome. That's an awesome message. Be intentional, and social media is not about you, it's about community.
Not about me, sis.
Yeah, that's good. It sounds like you have a good grasp on community and not being focused on yourself, but thinking of others and how you can assist and how you can serve them. So that's good. It seems like you're well grounded in that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my parents and the Lord for sure.
I thank them all. I thank them all because you don't even seem like, how can I get all of this money? You seem more so like, I just want to get my stories out, help people, make the world a better place.
Yeah, the money will come with whatever you're called to do, for sure.
Yes, for sure, for sure. As long as you have a good foundation, So, because a lot of people, they get the money, but then they end up losing it, or they're just, holding on to it and hoarding it, and they're still unhappy. But as long as you're in a happy place and you can create content for people, with good reason behind it, everything will come to you that you need.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right. So I definitely appreciate all the insight.
Of course. I enjoyed myself.
I'm glad.
Doing what you do, and just interviewing people and talking to them and hearing their story. Hopefully it inspires other people.
Yeah, it usually inspires me. So
Oh, yay!
I'm the biggest fan of the show so far. Like I love talking to people and hearing like just like their stories. How you just had a get up and go moment. How you started watching Maury and then ended up on the show. That to me is amazing.
Yeah.
Make sure my daughter's not staying up watching late TV.
Right. You gotta check the timer, check the TV, because I used to sleep.
Yeah, because that show is something else. Is something else. Like I don't think anything can compare. There was that Jerry Springer, all of those shows during that time, and
yeah, we taped in the same studio as Jerry.
Wow, so you were like right around the corner. Just peek your head out. Did they tape at the same time?
No. So we taped in the same building, but their shows were on different days than ours.
Okay, because I was gonna say having all those crazy people in one location. At the same time, security must have been good. Okay,
they're the best. They're awesome. They're awesome.
All right. Well, I always ask people before we end our interview, if you could say one thing to the whole entire world or whoever sees this video, what would you say?
Choose kindness. Yeah, choose kindness when there's an option. Choose.
When there's an option, that's my first time hearing that one.
Yeah, it's like where you're like say someone cuts you off, so there's your option to go OD and go crazy and spaz, or to choose kindness. You have a choice, so make the choice. Choose that option. Your options are spaz out, go OD, wild out. Nah, choose kindness.
Choose kindness. Yeah, and that definitely would be good for your energy.
Yeah.
Rather than sending out negative energy and then you're mad the rest of the day, just shrug it off.
I don't know.
All right, I love it. So tell us how we can reach you. How can we follow you? I know we had what was it? The name of the show?
Oh, Two Grown, TWO Grown. Yeah, you can find that www.twogrown.com. My Instagram is my first name and my last name, Jourdan Guyton, Jourdan, Guyton, Guyton. Or you can book your free 15-minute consult and we can chat about your brand, your business, your voice at www.verajeanmedia.com.
All right, sounds great. Thank you so much.
Girl.
I appreciate it, Jourdan, and I hope to talk to you soon. Have a great one.
You too.
Bye-bye.